2021's been a great year for fans of monster movies, especially consider the titanic clash between the big monkey and the giant lizard that happened this year. But just how many monsters did the films bring this year? And which one's the largest? Well, these are just the type of questions that we'll be answering today. Also, we've got all the major monsters of 2021, starting from the smallest to the most colossal of giants out there. So grab your snacks and sit tight, because Factolic's here to take you on a monster joyride. For this is a countdown of every movie monster in 2021. Leafwings. Godzilla vs. Kong, 3 to 5 feet. From a distance, Lieutenant Colonel Packard identified the Leafwing as an ugly-ass bird before he shot and killed one. Apparently blue-blooded, the Leafwing is an offshoot of the Psycho Vulture with a wingspan of 3 to 5 feet and long, razor-like beaks. Also, don't judge them by their size because they're quite lethal killers. Number 29. Rock Critters and the Leafwings, Godzilla vs. Kong, 4 to 6 feet. As Kong was traversing the hollow earth, he nearly trampled a group of arachnids that were camouflaging against the ground. These are your rock critters. Number 28. Meowscular Chef, Monster Hunter, 5 to 6 feet. The Meowscular Chef is one of the more beloved characters from the Monster Hunter game franchise. For those that don't know, the Meowscular Chef is the former partner of the Admiral in Monster Hunter World, the man with a plan in charge of the 5th Fleet. Number 27. Venom. Venom Let There Be Carnage, 7.6 feet. We are Venom. Enter Venom, one of 4 alien symbiotes traveling on a comet as an advanced scout party looking for worlds to conquer. Combined with Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, this is probably one of the most fun anti-hero characters you'll ever see. Number 26. Crow, Eternals, 9.8 feet. Crow was the leader of the Deviants and enemy of the Eternals. After killing Gilgamesh in the Forest of Peru, Crow gained a sentience never before experienced by a Deviant. Crow came to realize how both Eternals and Deviants were being used, motivating him further to kill all Eternals. Number 25. Apceros, Monster Hunter, 10 feet. Apceros are tortoise-like herbivores introduced in the very first Monster Hunter game, appearing in every game since, making them a staple in the Monster Hunter universe. Needless to say, these peaceful creatures can't cause any challenges for our protagonists. Number 24. Hellhawks, Godzilla vs. Kong, 12 to 15 feet. No, they're not actually hawks from hell, nor do they resemble your usual hawks in any manner, but in all honesty, this is just another example of the great sense of naming that the folks at Legendary have. Awoken by the tremors caused by the sheer force of Big G's drilling atomic breath, these Hellhawks can deliver gruesome attacks. Number 23. Nerscyllas, 20 feet. The Nerscylla is an arachnoid monster, first introduced in Monster Hunter 4 and haunting the nightmares of many ever since. They look and act like a gigantic spider, moving incredibly fast forwards as well as sideways. Lurking in dark caves and only emerging at night to look for food, the characters in the movie first set this monster when night falls and their group is being attacked. Number 22. Rodan, Godzilla, singular point. 30 feet in black form. Soaring proudly in the skies of Japan is this bad boy we all know of, Rodan. His black form sported a badass pitch-black monochrome color, additionally emitting a smoke-like substance around itself. Honestly, that form's got to be one of the nastiest Rodans that I've ever seen. Number 21. Kumonga and its variants, Kamanga, Hananga, and Zenbunga. Godzilla, singular point, 33 feet. Oh yes, Godzilla Singular Point doesn't only have multiple Rodans, but also different variants of the 8-legged kaiju that's Kamanga. Although right off the bat, what you'd notice is that it's not the typical design language that we're used to and rather seems to be inspired by another kaiju, that is the Megalon to some extent. Number 20. Gore Mangala, Monster Hunter, 58 feet. Fans love a mysterious and epic elder dragon, especially if they're responsible for the cliffhanger. Avoiding any spoilers, this behemoth appears at the end of the movie, serving us the cherry on top of the cake. We don't know much about this monster. The Gore Mangala was first introduced in Monster Hunter 4 with traits similar to the Elder Dragons. They have 4 limbs, a clawed pair of wings. Their appearance resembles a unique wyvern. 19. Carnage. Venom, let there be carnage, 65 feet. Carnage is, to put it simply, a more dangerous version of Venom, with similar strength, agility, and speed abilities. He can use his tendrils as deadly weapons and shoot them as projectiles. Handily for his reigns of terror, he also has a strong healing factor. He's also absolutely psychopathic and not afraid to do anything to further his evil plans. 18. Salunga. Godzilla, singular point, 69 feet. Salunga can be considered a new kaiju that's never been seen before, but the reality is that it's basically singular point's take on Gabara with a little inspiration from Baragon as well. It's basically a green Gabara-Baragon hybrid, and the quadruped kaiju's nose seems to be carrying elements of the mandrill as well. 17. Diablos, Monster Hunter, 100 feet. The powerful flying wyvern is looking a lot darker than her in-game counterpart, leading some fans to speculate if it's actually a black Diablos, the more powerful subspecies. Regardless, Tony Jaa's character calls it a Diablos, and ultimately they're practically the same thing. 16. Starro, Suicide Squad 2, 100 feet. The big bad of the new Suicide Squad is a giant kaiju-like creature known as Starro. Fans of DC Comics likely recognize the alien parasite immediately. Starro has played a significant role in the history of DC superhero comics, including being the very first villain the Justice League ever faced. 15. Hollow Earth Lizard, a.ka. Titanus Doug, Godzilla vs. Kong, 114 feet. Some speculations around the internet suggest that this chonky lizard could be a member of the Godzilla species. I mean, those spines on its back look like mini versions of Godzilla's dorsal spines. Some say that it could be a part of Godzilla evolution, just like in Shin Godzilla. Regardless, all we know is that it's your boy Doug, Titanus Doug. 14. Great Protector, Shang Chi, 168 feet. Shang-Chi finds himself face-to-face with a dragon in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is revealed to be the Great Protector. Great Protector was a female dragon from the dimension of Ta Lo. In ages past, the Dweller in Darkness broke through and demolished many of Ta Lo's cities, with no weapons able to stop it. The Great Protector provided people aid against the enemy, as its scales were the only thing able to harm it and the Soul Eaters. Number 13. Ranthalos, Monster Hunter, over 170 feet long. The Ranthalos is considered one of the most remembered and epic monsters of the games, but as soon as fans see the first appearance of this monster in the movie, they'll notice that this beast is far too big to be a normal Ranthalos. Enter the Greater Ranthalos. The concrete reasons behind the enlargement of this monster are unknown, but it certainly makes a good spectacle, possible the number 1 reason behind the decision. Number 12. Anguirus, Godzilla, singular point, 180 feet. So the iconic Godzilla sidekick does make a comeback to make an appearance in the Reiwa era with Godzilla singular point. As can be seen, Anguirus maintains his armored nature, just like his previous incarnations, and those spikes look even more nasty with this guy here. Number 11. Number 10 / Skullcrawler, Godzilla vs. Kong, 194 feet. The Skullcrawler is still a badass-looking monster, one who makes life miserable for both men and beast, simply because they're just that fierce. Number 10, the new variant of the Skullcrawler in the film, was a refreshing sight, almost an eye candy of sorts, sporting red colorations down its back, a green tint on its skull, and a larger frame than its Skull Island counterparts. Number 10. Dweller in Darkness, Shang-Chi, 328 feet. Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings features the MCU's latest interdimensional monster, that is the Dweller in Darkness. Visually, the creature's been combined with another, far more lesser-known Fear Lord, Kakalaku, who looks more like a dragon than a humanoid creature, and who's served by an army of Fear Eaters who consume the fear of other beings and convey it to him for food. Number 9. Godzilla. Godzilla singular point, 328 feet tall. Bear witness to a god. For the record, this guy here is easily one of the most terrifying looking Godzillas out there and is a beast personified as the hopeless future, a mythical beast whose existence was prophesied to bring about a global cataclysm when the seas were stained with red. Such is the reputation of this monstrosity. Man, doesn't he look menacing. Number 8. Kong. Godzilla vs. Kong, 337 feet. Behold, Titanus Kong, who's fully grown, and boy, he's grown quite well. I mean, who'd have thought that the adolescent monkey of Skull Island, who was having a tough time even against the Skull Devil, would one day stand shoulder to shoulder with Godzilla himself. Number 7. Godzilla. Godzilla vs. Kong, 393 feet. Godzilla, the undisputed king of the monsters, hardly needs an introduction, and boy, he really did deliver. The improvements in his latest outing have been pretty significant, and the sheer dominance of Papa Goji over the big monkey pretty much says it all. It was a pretty crazy sight to see the king of the monsters dig a hole straight into the hollow earth with nothing but his atomic breath. Number 6. MechaGodzilla. Godzilla vs. Kong, over 400 feet. The Monsterverse finally brought the rabbit out of the hat in the form of the menacing mechanical demon of chaos and extermination, MechaGodzilla. Just one look at the monster and you can tell the sheer amount of havoc that the monster's capable of unleashing. Number 5. Manda. Godzilla singular point, 690 feet long. The giant sea serpents are blue here and look way more dope than their previous Toho designs. The majestic mammoth-class snakes seem to resemble a goblin shark crossed with a pit viper instead of a traditional dragon. And that's not taking away anything, but rather made Manda look pretty unique, not to mention that they're pretty massive. Number 4. Warbats. Godzilla vs. Kong, 800 to 1100 feet. Feast your eyes upon Hollow Earth's apex predators, the Warbats. These monsters literally stand above the rest of the Titans, including Godzilla, MechaGodzilla, and even King Ghidorah. They're just that massive, or you could rather say long. Apart from their 2 large wings, these serpentine creatures have no other limbs, and their agility compensates for them. Number 3. Sandworm. Dune, 1,476 feet. Taking the 3rd spot are the giant monstrosities that we saw in Dune, known as sandworms. Turns out this mysterious critter is secretly the movie's main character, or at least the alien beast who first set its great conflict in motion. Sandworms are native to the desert planet of Arrakis and can't be found anywhere else in the fictional galaxy created by Herbert. Number 2. Alioth. Loki, 1,700 feet. Grabbing the silver medal in terms of size, we have a creature created from all the tears in reality, capable of consuming time and space itself, Alioth. The living tempest is a pretty big deal if you consider that it's capable of consuming all the matter and energy from an entire timeline or universe and totally destroying it. Number 1. Celestials from Eternals, Cosmological Giant. So, the top dog in terms of size in our list, and among all the monster beings of 2021, are none other than the Celestials. But who exactly are they? Well, the Celestials are the oldest race in the universe. Entities with vast matter and energy manipulation abilities, they were present long before the dawn of creation and were responsible for bringing planets and life forms through the cosmos. Now, that was all for today's video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Also, if you did love the video, then don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and do check out our previous videos too. It's been a real pleasure. This is Factholic, and we'll see you around next time with another amazing new video. Peace!